Hello Gaudi class and welcome to maths today. We're going to start with our arithmetic. So as usual, pause the video, answer the challenge that you need to do and then start it again when you're ready. I was thinking that we might start adding in a time challenge to this. So I might give you an exact amount of time, like 5 minutes to get it done, but we shall have to leave that one for next week. Let's start with challenge 1 then. So 3, add 3. 3, 1, 2, 3 more is 6. Pen would be better, wouldn't it? 6. 4, take away 3. So I've got my 4. I'm going to take away 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm left with 1. 11 add 6. Again, I can't do this in my head. No, I can't do this on my fingers. I don't have enough fingers. I need to do it in my head. So I'm going to put the 11 in my head because it's the bigger number, and I'm going to put the 6 on my fingers. So 5, 6. So I'm going to go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And today, my extension was to make 12. So I've got my 12 cubes ready. And I'm going to start, as I always do, with all of them over on one side. So I've got 12 of them there. And you can see I've got nothing on the other side. And today I'm going to go back and I'm just going to move 1. So I'm going to take 1 and put it on the other side. So now I've taken 1 from that side. So if I had 12 and I've taken 1 away, that's 11. And I've just got 1 on this side. So I have still got my 12. And I'm going to take 1 again and move it onto this side. So I had 11 and I've moved 1. So 11 take away 1 is 10. So I've got 10 on that side. And now I've got 2 on this side. What would happen if I took all of the ones from this side and put them on that side? And as if by magic, I would have none on this side and all 12 of them on that side. So I would have none on my first side, 0, and I would have the 12 on the other side. And if you look, you can see that's the opposite way round to our first one, because in our first one we had 12 add 0 equals 12, and now we've got 0 add 12 equals 12. So we can swap the numbers around. So what we were doing was we were counting this pile and then this pile, but we could count this pile and then this pile, and we'd get the same 12 cubes, but we'd get them another way round. But let's move on to challenge 2. 33 add 17. And I can see that 7 is too big for me to do in my head without my 10s and 1s. So I'm going to put that into my 10s and 1s chart. 33 add 17. And I'm going to add my 1s first as always. So 7 and 3, because I like to add the bigger number first. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to put that underneath. So I can see that the 0 needs to go in this column and the 1 needs to go in this column. Okay. And now I'm going to add my 10s. 1 and 3 is 4 and 1 more is 5. So the answer is 50. The next one, 2, add 2, add 2, add 2. That's like our repeated addition that we were looking at yesterday. So what I'm going to do is I could count in and do 1, 2, and then another 2, and then another 2, and then another 2. Or I can count in 2. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. And then 30 take away 20. I don't need to use my 10s and 1s, 4s, because that's all in my 10s. So 30 is 3 lots of 10, and I want to take away 20, which is 2 lots of 10. So I'm just left with 1 lot of 10. And for the extension, we had to make 26. So I'm going to do exactly what I did on the last one. I'm going to start with my 26 add 0. And then just to be a little bit cheeky, I'm going to do exactly the same as I said on the other side. I'm going to swap those around. So 26 add 0 is 26, but so is 0 add 26. Looks like someone sat on my 2s today. Right, so what I'm going to do now that I've swapped them over, I'm going to move some from that side to this side today. So I'm going to do a pattern, I think. So I'm going to just move 1. So 1 and 25. I've made this side one bigger. Whoops, sorry. That wasn't what I wanted to do, but never mind. I've made that side one bigger, and I'm going to make this side one smaller, and I have still got 26. This time I'm going to use 10, so I'm going to make this side 10 bigger. So 1 add 10 is 11, and I'm going to make this side 10 smaller. So 25, take away 10 is 15, and I know that from using my 100 square, and that's still going to be 26. Again, there are lots and lots of different answers you could have had. There are 27 different answers, which includes all the ones turning them back the other way round. So instead of 1 add 25, I could have 25 add 1. And instead of 11 add 15, I could have 15 add 11. So every time I work out one, actually I've got 2 separate answers. Makes my life a little bit easier. So again, I will have a look at what you put onto Tapestry for those. So today, we're going to look at equal groups, just like we did yesterday. And we're going to look at writing the number sentences, the addition sentences. So we've got 3 pairs of socks here. We've got 2 socks in this pair, 2 socks in this pair, and 2 socks in this pair. So we've got 3 groups, 1 group, 2 group, 3 groups, and there are 2 socks in each group. So say it with me, there are 3 equal groups of 2 socks. So if we were looking at doing there we go. Doing the addition, repeated addition. We have got 2, add 2, add 2. So we can count in 2. So we've got 2, 4, 6. One of the things we could do to help us find the answer is we could use a number line. So if you count in 2s, and you've got rulers. So if you count in 2s, if you start at 0 and you jump to 2, so you've left out this one. So you don't do the first one because that would be 1. So you do 2. So 2, and then you jump another 2, and then you jump another 2, you would get to 6 as your answer. So you could use a number line to help you. You don't have to, and to be honest with you, I find number lines a little bit confusing. I prefer using my fingers and just counting. So if you're counting in 2s, 2, 4, 6. Here, we've got 4 equal groups. We've got 4 hands, 1, 2, 3, 4 hands, and each hand has got 5 fingers on. So we've got 4 equal groups of 5. Can you say that with me? There are 4 equal groups of 5. And again, if we were going to do our number sentence, we would have 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, just like we've got along here. So that's 4 lots of 5. 4 groups. So again, I would prefer to use my fingers and go 5, 10, 15, 20. But you could use a 100 square or a number line and count along in your 5s. So you've got coloured in 4 numbers. So you do your ruler and you could count along 5, 10, 15, 20 and make sure you've done 4 jumps. But like I said, I find that a little bit confusing. I like to just use my fingers and count. You could use a 100 square if you wanted to and colour in your 5s and then count 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. Fingers are just easy. They're with you all the time. You don't have to go find fingers or like you do a ruler or a 100 square. Right, so here we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups and each of those groups has got 3 in. So we have got 3, add 3, add 3, and add this 3 here as well. Okay. Now, my counting in 3s is not fantastic, so I'm going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But if you can count in 3s, you can do 4 lots, 3, 6, 9, 12. You don't have to be able to do that. You can just count along. As you can see, we have got that there. 3, add 3, add 3, add 3, it's 12. And again, we've used a 100 square to say, oh, look, I've counted along and I've gone 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's colour in that one. 1, 2, 3, we'll colour in that one. 1, 2, 3, we'll colour in that one. 1, 2, 3, colour in that one. Or we could keep going. 1, 2, 3, and colour in that one. 1, 2, 3, colour in that one. But we only want 4 lots. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that's where I would finish on my 12. Right, so we have got 3 equal groups of 5. We've got 5 spots in the square, 5 spots in the circle, and 5 spots in the hexagon. So we've got 3 equal groups. And again, we could use our fingers to count in 5. So we've got 3 equal groups. So we could just counting in 5s, 5, 10, 15. If you do it that way. We could count the total number of spots we've got. We could count along on a ruler. We could count along on a 100 square. But we would get our repeated addition. 5 add 5 add 5 equals 15. 5 add 5 add 5. So your challenge for today is to write the number sentences for me, the repeated addition. So let's have a look at one together. So we've already done this one earlier. So how many groups have we got? So we count the number of groups first. So we've got 1, 2, 3 groups. And each group has got 2 inside. So there's 2 socks here, and 2 socks here, and 2 socks here. So we've got 3 groups, and each group has got 2. So in this group, we've got 2. And in this group, we've got 2. And in this group, we've got 2. So all together, we can either count in 2s, 2, 4, 6, or we can count all our socks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have got 6. So I am going to get rid of that because that's what you've got to do as your work. So you need to write the sentence or get an adult or an older brother or sister if they're happy to write that sentence for you, and you just fill in the blanks. So how many groups have you got and how many in each group? And then if you could write the repeated addition. So that's the first one. And the second one. So again, how many equal groups have we got? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and we've got 1, 2, 3 in each of the groups. So the repeated addition would be 3, add 3, add 3, add 3 equals, and how many cubes have we got all together? So count them. So challenge 2, these are getting a little bit harder. I think there are more in each group, makes it a little bit harder. So you need, how many groups have we got? We've got this group here and this group here. And how many in each group? So can you write the sentence, the stem sentence, and can you write the repeated addition? And for challenge 2, question 4, we've got the same again. We've got some groups here. So how many groups? How many in each group? And can you write the very, very long repeated addition sentence? Challenge 3, we've got more groups and more in each group. So how many equal groups? How many in each group? And can you do the repeated addition? And you've been given the answer. Lucky you. And then your question 6, you've got 2 to draw. So can you find out what goes in this? And remember, if you look back, you have to have the same number in each of these boxes. So what would you have to have in each box till you get to 15? And the way you could do that is you could draw your groups. It says draw the groups. So you could draw your groups. So that's my one group there, that's my one group there, and that's my one group there. And I need to have 15. So I'm going to do lines because I don't think I could draw very much else with my mouse. So I've got 1, 2, 3. That doesn't take me to 15. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you can see I have got 5 in each group. So that would be 5, add 5, add 5 equals 15. And again, I'm going to get rid of that so you don't copy my work. Not that I think you would. So you've got the 3, finish the number sentence and draw the picture that goes with it, and do the same for 21. So again, you've got 3 groups. That number has got to be the same. So what number is going to go in each of those boxes? And can you draw the picture that goes with that? And then we've got our extension. So there are 3 groups of money here. And are these groups of money equal? And you could put yes or you could put no, but you have to explain why. So if you think they are equal, say yes, they're equal because, and explain why they're equal. And if you don't think they're equal, then say no, because. They're not equal because, and explain why. So these last ones, the extensions, are normally reasoning questions where we have to do that explanation. It's not just good enough to say yes or no. How did you find your answer? Or what do you think? So I look forward to seeing your work on tapestry, and I'll see you for our next month's lesson.